Hmm. So, what do you think the first test's gonna be?
And we shall see. And like I'd like to say when we ever start one of these matches, now, for the hundreds and thousands of Randomizer fans, are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get ready to rando! And we're off. Looks like nothing super exciting so far, just some arrows. But as you know, everybody wants to get bombs first. So we are going to have to see these guys farm a little bit. Hopefully that they don't have to come back to escape.
Yeah, they should be able to find some bombs real soon. I mean, especially with the way the prize packs are shuffled up, they should be able to.
And it should be fun. I wonder who will get a bomb first, though. And ooh, 20 rupees in the beginning. It's good to have rupees in the beginning, though, because at least you get, you know, something for that bottle vendor. You do need 100 rupees.
Yeah, or the fact of, you know, Zoro if needed. Though, where do you think they'll go first? Kakariko or take the gamble and get up the swamp?
Well, it depends. I think it depends on what items you get. Sometimes if you get gloves early, players might even opt to go to Death Mountain.
I know, I've opted for it when I've gotten either the Mitch or the Power Gloves, but I know for myself, I've been trying to figure out which is actually a faster route. Yeah, you might be able to read this one. Which, by the way, both of them being purely instinct, that is nice. But if you save and quit out of the sanctuary, would it be faster to go to Luke's house, or have to deal with the whole screen transitions of the sanctuary and getting over to the next screen?
That's a good question.
I mean, because, you know, it makes sense. But get back to our race right now.
Yes.
Looks like SD is, you know, making his way, you know, to the first closed room that he has to actually fight a guard.
And it looks like Veetorp is our first player with a bomb, so Diesel's gonna try to farm a little bit here to try to get his bomb.
That is true. I know I'm always a fan of, you know, if you've got a spare key, possibly, you know, skipping this room until you got Zelda. Because that way, even if you do screw up, you will at least start back at the cell.
That is true. Now let's see how they take out this chain guard here. Some will pick up a pot, while others will do 6 slashes. And it looks like Diesel's picking up that pot. Let's see what Veetorp does here. It does the same. Nice.
Yeah. So when do you think they'll get the first progression item, apart from the bombs?
Oh, I hope they find something good early. It's always exciting to see boots early, or flute, or mirror even.
Now, mirror, I know, if you actually can get that really early, you can skip at least a minute and a half off of this escape because you go straight to the castle entrance.
And that's very true. It's a very good tactic to use when you're in escape.
Yep. Though I'm agreeing with Chad. I'd like to see both Diesel and Veetorp actually have to have a sword pedestal seed. That's because these two highly skilled players, I'd like to see how they could cope with having to realize, oh crap, we've got to go through all the dungeons.
I think that's what chat is basically hoping for. That's whenever we see that pedestal, we know they're hoping for all pendants.
Well, it's what, I think a 3% chance?
It is. 3% chance indeed.
Though I still think they should actually, if they could increase it somehow, I think, you know, a lot of us would be happy about that one.
Hey, well, Veetorp might be listening in on this one after, so he is a dev. He could take suggestions.
I know.
And now it looks like they're both heading through escape here. Still no bomb for Diesel. A good spot to farm for them usually is that last place rat room because a few slashes with the sword can help out. You don't really need to hit too many of them to kill them.
That is very true.
Now, it looks like Chad is definitely hyped for that pedestal, because we see so many of them use that emote right now.
I know for myself, whenever I've got to actually farm down here, I will just usually start, using the sword spin because it tends to kill those, rats a lot faster. And looks like maybe we might see Diesel have to come back while Veetorp's got his bomb?
We don't know. Yes, yeah, he still has a few chances here. Let's see if this prize pack pulls through him because, as we know, the prize pack is randomized in Randomizer. So let's see if this last rack does it. Oh, no. So we will see a comeback from Diesel later on, but we'll see on Veetorp's side what he gets.
Bombs, a piece of heart, another piece of heart. So it looks like Diesel's getting an advantage right now from not having to come back.
Well, there's a slight advantage for Veetorp. Oh! I hope he saw that bomb. He might want to pick that up. Because he still needs it for a Kakariko. Oh, it despawned.
It happens. I think that... Isn't it that if you pull the left handle, you'll get a bunch of enemies to spawn?
Yeah. Usually some rattlesnakes or so, or bombs in most cases if you pick the wrong switch.
It looks like Diesel forgot that it was a map in the chest.
Now, it looks like they're heading the traditional route here, where you check the Lumberjack Cave, but I think both players will probably opt to tug the tree. It's another randomized situation here, where you can possibly get bombs and rupees and other fun things. Oh, yes.
Which is always good, especially if you manage to somehow get the bow early on.
Now, it looks like both players are going a little bit different route here.
It looks like
Diesel opting to check Lumberjack.
Yeah, it looks like Veetorp's opting to go straight to the first items. Oh, the flippers.
My goodness. The flippers.
And the red shield, too, for Veetorp. So it looks like Aghanim right now might be required, due to the fact that if Swamp Palace is required, then they are going to need those flippers. And the cave!
Oh my god. The cave is usually a good sign as well.
Crystals 1 and 7 and the green pendant are in the Swamp Palace is required. Oops, sorry. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. I think chat's just as excited as we are. An Aghanim required scene once again, maybe?
Yep. I know.
And looks like there goes Diesel collecting his cave. Still no bombs though, so he might have to buy them in Kakariko.
I mean, he'll have enough money, but then he'll be low for the bottle merchant, unless we get lucky enough in having a lot of money in Blind's Hut and the well.
And it looks like Veetorp's gonna head to Blind's house first and see, let's see what his fortune holds for him here.
I mean, they've got a total of, what, 18 chests, if I recall correctly, between the forest and everything else in Kakariko, even if they don't have all access to it.
And take a look at that! Blue Boomerang. So all those Bloomerang fans, get your blue Boomerangs handy.
And full heart for Veetorp, though it's not the Sanctuary heart. But at least they both have a decent shield right now. Which I know from me, I know for myself, I always try to make sure I have a good shield in there.
And here comes the well. That's a good strat though, always to throw that bomb once you drop in.
Yep. And now...
Ooh, 300 rupees.
Money. Yeah, both of them should have enough money.
And the
flute! That'll open up the movement options.
Not many save and quits going on in this seed today.
Which would you prefer? Going the normal route down to Swamp, or now that you have the flute, hitting up Death Mountain and killing the old man, so you can at least have the access to the warp later?
I personally would like to go from the dam first, because you can flute right there, and you can check the mini Moldorn cave, because you still have more chests to check there. And then I would hope to find another item so I can check the east side of Death Mountain at the same time.
That is true. And Diesel picking up his flute, as well as his arrow upgrades. Now, let's get that swag duck emote in the chat here.
Oh yeah, swag duck emotes, everybody.
And just the loss of 80 rupees from the bottle merchant. And just the green rupee in the chicken hut.
And looks like both players now have their ducks activated.
Yep.
But no bottle yet, so they still can't check. Sick boy. Oh!
The boots!
Now we're playing with boots here.
Yeah. Though, I do have to agree with the whole single boot comment on that one, because it is only one boot.
Hey, no longer bootless and fluteless, as I always say. And our traditional book here.
Look at its vanilla location.
Vanilla book. Hey, pedestal fans right now. We got the book. So, let's get hyped up for that.
Yep. And I couldn't catch what the race game object was. Did you?
It wasn't something important because Veetorp would definitely pick it up if it was.
Yeah. It looks like Veetorp's opting for Death Mountains, like I said.
Ooh, old man love time, everybody. Old man love.
It's worth the warp and you get the immediate access to at least 2 other items on top of that. And then going back to Swamp later, because you can always just flute back to Death Mountain. That makes sense.
And looks like Diesel's gonna head the race game here. Take a look, a sneak peek. Ooh. And now we saw what it was, is a blue rupee.
Yeah, I don't think $5 is worth it. And just a 20 from the old man.
And let's see if there's any spin speed here by Veetorp. Looks like he's gonna use the spin speed trick. Yep, gets it perfectly. Oh, but that cabbage knocks him out of it.
Yeah. I'm just glad I finally actually mastered spin speed for myself recently. I mean, it's a really easy trick to learn once you've learned it. But learning it does take a bit. And I guess Veetorp opting to just get the item anyway without checking. Which isn't a bad idea considering he does have the flute to immediately go from there.
Ooh.
And the bow!
Wow, and the bow. So we know Eastern Palace is definitely a place they will visit, and having that bow gives them that option to finish it already.
And it's also a crystal. It's crystal 1. So yeah, all you need gloves and a lantern, and they have access to both the Light World crystals. Though Tower of Hera, being the green pendant, might be something nice.
And looks like Veetorp is heading towards Eastern here. Very smart move.
I'm surprised neither of them have actually checked the swamp. I guess they both realize that, you know, there's probably at least 1 or 2 guaranteed items there, and rather check, you know, all the optional areas first.
Now, very nice that Veetorp used spin speed there. As many we know, you can use spin speed on any step.
The mirror shield, piece of art, and a blue potion. Oh,
And
looks
therefore,
like Veetorp's got the option to check Sick Kid.
Yes, Sick Kid is now an option. And here we go. Now you're saying someone is definitely checking Swamp Dam here.
Yep. It should be really interesting to see.
Now that was a smart decision by Diesel. By doing so, he just takes a sneak peek at what the dam was. If it's not a useful item, he's not going to opt to grab it. And he just...
Yeah. Looks like Veetorp's opting to clear out Eastern, which is always a good idea because it is a crystal dungeon. There's 3 items in there, and it won't take him long to complete it.
And looks like Diesel's thinking of probably going to maybe Death Mountain, or... He does have the boots, though, so we'll see.
Yeah.
He does remember. He does remember that library. He hasn't checked it yet.
Yeah, which he'll soon pick up his bulk.
That's so. Here we go. Vanilla Buck, here we go for Diesel.
Coventura is now in his possession. Because knowledge is power.
And looks like Veetorp's heading towards this room. Yep, no hookshot strats. You gotta do the traditional way here.
Yeah. The one thing I did learn, a little while ago, and I do have to go shout out to Sakura Tsubasa for this one. Apparently there are pots underneath this area.
Oh yes, there's pots under there. Unbeknownst to many.
Just like how it's woods, there's a few pots that are hidden, which a lot of players do not realize.
And let's take a look at what Diesel holds in Agenus Cave here.
I mean, you just have the book, so you can also check the desert and the ledge.
That is true.
And just some more bombs.
Now, it's nice to get a quick big key here, so you can kind of look at what the big chest is on the way.
Yeah, because then if it's the map, you know that there's only one or two other locations left. In fact, just being the Armor Knights and, well, the big key chest.
And
it's the map.
Try to do spin speed there, because those are steps.
Yeah. Now, will Diesel opt to check? Oh, okay, yep, he's headed right there. Oh, and the crabs. It's always the crabs.
Yes, crabs do 2 hearts of damage with green tunic, so you gotta be careful.
I'm really surprised about that one because I figure in the overworld, especially this early in the game, that they wouldn't really do that much. I guess the developers were thinking either you're not going to this area until you are a lot more well prepared, or why are you going to, this area when you are, this early on in the game.
Alright, mini Moldorm Cave hype here for Diesel.
Lake World Hype Cave. And just a full heart container for Veetorp out of the big key normal chest. So we know the Armor Knights will have the compass.
And let's see what this mini hype cave holds. Piece of heart! +5 arrows! Piece of heart! 50 rupees! Oh, 300 rupees! Now he has enough money to check Zora if he wants to for Flake Fippering.
Yeah, but he won't be able to check the ledge item though.
That's true, but... yeah, he just realized I got a fake flipper here.
Yeah. The better question is, will the ledge item be needed?
Now that's a good question. I don't know what he's gonna do here. He might opt to check it first and maybe do Hobo at the same time. But let's take a look at Lake Healy Island here, what that item is. Oh, just a piece of heart?
Yep.
And looks like he's heading to the general direction of Hobo here.
Yep, the Hobo. Our friendly neighborhood Hobo.
Looks like Veetorp is going for this quick kill. Still has enough arrows, so he doesn't have to worry. The red boomerang.
The
and let's see what Hobo holds here. Just a red rupee. Hobo with the red rupee.
Yep.
And looks like Diesel, let's see where he goes from here.
And Veetorp getting his first crystal, which is nice.
Now, fluting. Oh, yes, he's gonna go check out Death Mountain himself now.
And he'll find basically some money from the old man and the bow.
Oh, yes, it's always nice to have the bow early.
And Veetorp checking out Ice Rod Cave. Very nice out of the way spot, but it's still always good to check.
And yes, Hobo was such a nice man to give out his last piece of money to the players here.
And Burna.
Oh, that's pretty nice. Sometimes when you have low hearts in this type of phase, it's a good safety item to use.
Yes, it is. And also, it does tend to help with attacking enemies, too. Oddly enough, I've tried actually using the sword spin in there, and it won't let you. Which I find kind of weird on that one.
Now, let's see the spin speed here done by Diesel. Oh,
nope.
Didn't get it, though.
And the ice rod on Spectacle Rock. Did Veetorp actually check Spectacle Rock? Didn't look like it.
I'm 100% sure he has, though. Maybe it's just didn't get quite a glimpse of it. But he knows he's gonna need that mirror to get it, so...
Though I don't think he did check Lumberjack.
No,
he doesn't know where the flippers
he did not opt to do the Lumberjack. Think
he'll opt to actually just go beat Ganon, you know, without checking it?
Who knows? Some players sometimes don't often check it until they at least have boots, or it's like a final option.
Looks like Diesel's probably thinking, fluting probably Eastern? So I don't think he'll go to Desert.
We'll see. Nope, he's taking the smart move to go to Eastern, yeah, for sure. Fluting is much faster.
And Veetorp checking out the Bunk Cave.
Yes, there's the Sank Rock Bunk Cave.
$20.
Just $20. Wow.
Always sad.
Now this is where Diesel will get his first bottle too.
Yep. Which means you can go check Sick Kid. Which, did they actually go back and check Sick Kid yet?
I do not believe so, but if they did, chat would definitely tell us.
Yeah. Ooh, and 80 rupees for Veetorp. Looks like he's finally gonna go find out where the flippers are.
Oh yes, Diesel definitely has checked out Dam. We know that.
Yep. And as Will is pointing out in chat that, you know, once we get to the black stage, the entrants will have an actual choice to make as to whether or not to stick with the current logic.
Alright, chat. Get hyped up. You know what Veetorp's doing for you guys right now. He took out that book. Get ready to put your pedestal emotes in here. Come on, people. Pedestal emote check.
Yep, he's trying to make sure if he's got to go through all the pendant dungeons, he wants to know now, not find out halfway through. Ah, just bombs.
Just bombs, everybody. Lost type here.
Yeah, but at least now he knows he does not have to go through all the pendant dungeons.
That's true. At least that's somewhat relief for him. He's thinking,
yeah.
Whew, I passed this one.
But he still might have to go through, you know, the green dungeon at least, and on the positive note, it's just the Tower of Hera. Yeah,
and Hera's a pretty quick dungeon, so I would take that one if I had to do it.
Especially since it's yielding a second item. Oh, third item. And the Sick Kid has... just a piece of heart.
Such a generous Sick Kid, though. He gave his heart while even though he's sick.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe Desert now for Veetorp?
Yes, he hasn't checked what the ledge item is himself, so we all know it was a shovel here.
A shovel.
Definitely a fetch item there. Maybe the shovel might hold something interesting.
Well, he has the boots, so he can get the he can not only get the ledge item, but he can clear out almost all of it, except for the ladder, you know, the back half of it.
Yeah, with no fire source, he still can't finish Desert.
Very true. But if he manages to find everything, you know, before having to go to the back half, he'll be good.
Now keep in mind, he also needs a glove in order to progress.
Well, there's the big key. So he should be able to clear out all of it and is hoping to actually find everything. But, you know, the compass or the map...
Oh, Diesel's gotta watch out for his heart here. He's gonna try to...
He's down to a half a heart.
Oh, might use that blue potion. He does have that option if he wanted to.
Yes, he does.
But I know he probably would want to save that if he could. So it grabs those hearts from those pots here. Oh! Ooh! Very close there.
That is useful. The not as useful as the Sanctuary Heart, because that heals you completely. But if he really wants to, he can drop down in those giant... What would you call them here? The, holes, you know, by the, big key door? What do you call them? Pots or wells?
I call them big pots.
Yeah. Basically, the things because they contain fairies.
That's true. If you drop into the pot, there are fairies there.
Except for the one in Hyrule Castle. That just takes you straight to Ganon.
Yep, that one is often used in the RBO.
Which, for those that don't know, that is reverse false order.
It looks like we're gonna see Diesel finish off Eastern here.
Yep, and while he's doing that, Veetorp is getting the compass. So it looks like he will be able to get everything. With Len Mullis probably holding one last item. Oh, the mushroom!
Oh, wow, the fetch items in this seed already.
At least the nice thing is that he can go use the flute to go straight there. And
that's true.
He knows where the map is. He's got one item left.
And here goes Diesel trying to do the quick kill here. And he does it nicely. Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh, red boomerang for you fans. We got double boomerangs in this seed already.
Yep. The boomerangs are useful, despite everybody saying that it's not. I know I always used it when I was a kid playing this game because I constantly wanted to either stun enemies or grab out these items. And it's an item that you get early on, and yet can be used throughout the entirety of the run.
Alright. Looks like Veetorp's thinking about traveling to maybe turn in one of his fetch items.
Yeah, I think Diesel is probably going to maybe go to Zoro.
Yeah, it's a good option. I think he might want to check the Ice Rod Cave because he hasn't yet either. Yep.
And get his can of Burna.
Now here goes the mushroom. Let's see what he gets.
And the potion maker turns the mushroom in, the drugs into.
Oh, just 50 rupees.
So, basically, Link's now a drug dealer for the rest of the game.
And looks like Veetorp's gonna immediately turn in that shovel here.
Yep. So if the shovel does not, yield anything major, then that means he knows he's gotta go fight Aghanim.
Yep, he does have that option. With that cape, you can get past that barrier.
Yep. Though, progression-wise, since they already have the bow, they already have the flute, it would either be upgraded bits, or maybe the mirror. And the
fire rod. But I think he's pretty happy about Fire Rod.
Yep. Now he's finally checking the dam, as he did not check earlier. And that's +1 for Veetorp's bump count, if anybody wants to keep track ahead of time.
Now, if Aghanim is required, it's really nice to have some items to get past through, because Fighter's Sword going through Aghanim's tower is not fun.
You're right, it is not fun. Even if you have a good shield, you really want, like, the Fire Rod, the, better sword, or even, better mail. I mean, I would even take the Ice Rod there, despite the red guards being, unaffected by it. What about you, EA? Is there any particular item you would want going into Aghanim's tower that could not be, the Butter Sword or something like that?
I personally like Fire Rod. I just like to burn everything to death.
I agree with you there. If I've got Bombos and I really just want to get this done fast, yeah, I'll just use Bombos. And Veetorp's got to be careful. He's nearly dead with half a heart left. It's many Maldorns.
Plus, he doesn't want to use that blue potion because it might help you later in the run.
That is true. Especially if he can't find the bug catching net.
And looks like Diesel's going to finish out here in Desert very soon.
He's
probably going to pick up that shovel as well.
Well, yeah, it looks like most of the overworld items are taken, so it looks like their only choice is Aghanim.
But having that Fire Rod's really quite nice. I hope Veetorp's gonna end up using it.
I think he's smart enough to realize. So we're about 30 minutes in, and Veetorp's heading for Aghanim. So, want to start guessing about what's going to be on the pyramid ledge?
Oh, that's true, chat. What do you think is going to be on the pyramid?
Personally, since the flippers are available already, I'm personally hoping that it's either the gloves, the hammer, curl maybe, but with the items that are available, I'd say most likely for a pure progression item, I would say maybe the gloves or the hook shot maybe?
Oh, here we go! Fire rod strats, everybody! Burn, baby, burn!
Not surprised Veetorp didn't pick up that full magic increase. Especially since
he's gotta run a little bit here. Make you some room. You have a little pesky guy, he's like, get out of my way here.
I know if you spin attack them, it actually makes it a lot easier to kill them. And looks like Diesel is thinking, let's turn in... Does he have the shovel?
Oh yes, he probably definitely has that shovel because if he's heading this direction,
yeah,
he's still gonna dig it up
pick
here.
up his fire rod.
And with that, I think he's also thinking, alright, I guess I'm gonna have to do Aghanim now.
Well, I'm betting you he'll first turn in his mushroom.
That's true too. He hasn't done that yet. But he'll probably fluke to that.
And it's one of those seeds that essentially it wants you to go everywhere. No! He's going straight for Aghanim without checking his mushroom.
Wow! Well, it's fine because maybe he's hoping he'll get... No. Nah, he's going back.
Yeah.
It's the safe call.
It is. It is very safe. It would have been nicer if you had actually thought about just, taking the gamble on it, but as we know, Aghanim is required now.
Yeah, definitely, because they both kind of already know. Well, at least one of them know. I know Diesel at least knows Flippers is in Lumberjack Cave.
Yes, and Yes, Veetorp doesn't know, because when he went back there, he went to the actual sword for us all. He checked the pedestal. Looks like Diesel's thinking, what's the fastest way to Aghanim? Or maybe he might break the game's logic and actually take fake flippers, you may think?
I don't believe he bonked the rock yet with the Pegasus boost,
No,
so maybe
hasn't.
that's where he's going.
He has not.
And that's where he's gonna finish up here. There we go. And he hasn't done escape, but he can't go back there yet without the gloves.
That is very true. Though I think you might be able to bonk it open, but don't quote me on that one.
Oh, he's going to Aghanim. This is the route to Aghanim.
Yep. So both of our runners are now hitting up Aghanim. Let's hope for something insanely fun or trolly. But then again, with Aghanim being the last location, there's really not much they could get unless Zora's got something, and more than likely he will.
Well, anyways, chat, I would still like to use our traditional. How many blue balls do you think Aghanim is gonna do?
And how many times will our runners hit Aghanim and not his balls? As Veetorp has actually already done that at least once.
And yes, it's great to see that these runners both know how to use equipment quite well. Fire rodding is nice.
I think Veetorp's now up to over 10 plus bonks. Make that 10 just in this fight alone. 11, 12, 13.
Keep track of those bonks, because Veetorp is just racking them up. And let's see what this pyramid item is.
It probably won't be a troll.
Oh!
It's the Master Sword!
Oh, the Master Sword!
Wow, would you consider that a troll or not?
With the Master Sword in hand, kind of leaves you thinking for a second.
Well, they now have the weapon to fight Ganon.
That's true. I could finish off Ganon now, because you do require the Master Sword.
Although it requires all spin attacks, and even then, it really is annoying. Especially since right now they would have to beat him silverless.
And Veetorp is just going straight to Lumberjack Tree here, because he doesn't even know what it is, but he's probably thinking, alright, I might need to get this thing here now.
Yep, and considering that it is the Flippers, I am pretty sure I know his next location. And that's Zoro. And that's the Zora King. Because it's either going to be him or the ledge item that has got something they need.
And that's true, because they can't do Desert without that glove. It's pretty much the only item they need to finish Desert right now.
Gloves, or they could get the hook shot and take care of all of Death Mountain. Well, all of Light World Death Mountain. They could get the Moon Pearl, and then that would open up Catfish. And Pod. Which, oddly enough, if they still don't find the Moon Pearl, they could always try using, what, the Death Bunny trick in Pod. Do you want to try explaining that one, Hiei?
Oh, but we found something more better here. Just as he got that master, he won't have it for that long.
Yeah. Now he'll basically be attacking with the power of a pot.
And let's see what King Zora has for us today.
The Titan's bit.
Oh, of course. Titan bit.
Best 500 rupees spent in the game so far. So that means they have access to Desert, which means that we're looking at either the Mirror or the Moon Pearl. Or the hook shot.
There's definitely something that they're going to need to progress here.
Or King's Tomb.
Oh, that's right. King's Tomb is now an option, and I think Veetorp might be heading that direction, because usually you go to Sanctuary here.
Yeah, he's probably going to check that first, and then check over and then finish up Desert. He's got his flute out and ready to play. And looks like Diesel just finished up Aghanim, so he will be getting his Master Sword at the Mirror!
Oh! There it is, the mirror. Now, this is interesting. Some players would opt to use the backwards route into Desert. Because you have the mirror, you have the Titans in it.
And you do have access to the Mire, so it looks like Veetorp's doing just that.
Oh, there you go. Here's the backwards route.
Yep. Now, the interesting thing is how precise will he be on his route?
Well, he's probably going to check that northeast under the boulder option here. He's trying to avoid those birds that always seem to kill you all the time.
That will kill you. But no.
And I think Chad is hyped up for the bunny music they're hearing right now.
Yep. Though, I personally am a fan of, if I want to, I'd rather not even throw the boulder. I'd rather just warp in and just hit right exactly, you know, right in front of the ball, right in front of the actual entrance. Inside all the boulders, so I don't even have to lift them up. Which is always fun.
And here we go. I think he's going to check out the Spark Cave here. Oh, there you go. Oh, that was really quick. Really
yes,
quick.
It was.
That was what the crystals were. Let's take a look.
It looked like Mire and Ice were not needed.
And it looks like Turtle Rock is needed.
But we know where the Fire Rod is. And we know where the Ice Rod is, too.
Yeah, that's true. We do know where Ice Rod is.
Looks like Veetorp's trying to actually get the Super Bunny.
Yes, you could do the Super Bunny if you transition into this cave here correctly with the mirror. Just as you go in, you can check those two chests without the Moon Pearl.
That's true.
And he's trying to line himself up here to try to get it right.
If the Moon Pearl is not here, I do have to ask, would it be possible for them to actually check out Pod if they need to?
Well, that one,
I know it's the game's logic, but
You could do that, but usually, it's usually a huge gamble. I would have to say, because
That is true. It looks like Veetorp is having problems with that, while Diesel is going to check out Zoro. And as we know, he's going to get rewarded with his mitts, and
he hasn't gotten it yet. The minute he knows he got it, he'll be slashing his sword.
Yep.
And Diesel's heading out to get his tempered and his Titan's mitt here.
Yep, which I'm sure he'll be happy about.
Oh yes.
He'll be annoyed as well that he got that the speeding Agnem ended up.
Oh, here we go. There's the Veetorp Super Buddy here.
Yep. Let's see. Just see a heart and bombs.
Heart and bombs, but it's funny to see that bunny dash.
Yes, it is. Now, the nice thing is that he actually now has access to the Green Pendant dungeon, that being Hera, and the Ice Rod.
That's true.
That mirror. And with Diesel picking up his Titan's mitts, he'll probably be insanely happy on that one. And Veetorp making quick work of Desert, which will be his second crystal.
And let's see what Diesel does here.
I think he's trying to figure out whether or not he should actually go to the graveyard or not. But it looks like no. He's going to just go finish off Desert.
Now let's see. He's thinking about something here. No, he's fluting. He's probably gonna flute maybe to Desert.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There you go. Yes, that does make a lot more sense here.
It looks like he's probably... I think he thought about using, you know, the Myra back.
But then he realized that he doesn't have a mirror, so he's like, nope.
Yeah. Which we know if he had gone to the King's Tomb, he would have found it.
Now, hopefully he'll remember to go there.
Yeah. Because swamp being required means you're going to need that mirror.
Now, having mirror, they now have an ability to get up to Hera here.
And I'm betting you Hera will probably have something.
Or the Ether Tablet. We don't know what that holds just yet.
Yep. And I've seen a few runners actually forget the Ether Tablets for a while. Oh. Power gloves.
Now they're playing with power now.
Yes. The Nintendo Power Gloves. You think they're also reading some Nintendo Power?
And looks like Diesel's also opting to finish Desert here, so both players will be tied up in crystals very soon.
Yep. And looks like Hera is the play for their Ice Rod and their Green Pendant.
Alright, Spin Speed trying to get it here.
I mean, if Ether doesn't hold anything, then we know Hasura might have something. And even if he doesn't, I'd still check him because it's the Green Pendant. At least the nice thing is that the game's logic in this case is actually, you know, sending them to at least one pendant dungeon. But I'm sure both of them do not need the lantern.
And looks like Veetorp just picked up his Ice Rod.
Yep.
And here we go. Fire Rod Strut's probably here with some temper.
See, and Veetorp is about to get bombs.
And it only takes 2 shots here on Land Moments with Fire Rod, and a little bit of sword beaming here.
Yep, which is equal to 1 slash with the fighter sword.
That's a pretty quick kill still on Lamo.
Yeah.
And now he has his second crystal.
But...
Oh!
Hook shot!
Oh, right.
Do you leave immediately? You have the hook shot. You now have access to most of Light World Death Mountain. Or do you finish the dungeon?
I personally would finish the dungeon because I'm already here already.
But it's a pendant dungeon. That's the question.
But it holds the green pendant.
That is right, and we have seen what Joshua, or as Rick likes to call him, San Diego, Tasparilla, you know, his entire list of S names.
Alright, here we go. Now we get a good shot of what it is. So crystals 5 and 6 are Pod and Thieves Town.
And 2, 4, and 3 are basically Turtle Rock, Skullwoods, and the Mire, respectively. Though, looks like Swamp and Ice aren't needed. The Moon Pearl! In its vanilla location!
And a vanilla Moon Pearl!
Well, at least Veetorp will now be able to check all of Death Mountain. And Diesel realizing he is not the Super Bunny.
Yeah, he has to realize the trick in this cave. You still require the mirror in order to make it work.
Yeah. And one more slash from Veetorp to beat Moldorm, which he'll find out soon enough whether or not he should go back into the basement or not. Would you, or would you just leave it?
I personally would check it, because if I don't want to backtrack in anything, I would just...
Was that a key?
Yes, it was. It had to be. There's no other way to that room then.
Yep. And looks like Diesel is fluting. Probably to
And it looks like Chad already knows you don't need to, because they kept track of the items. See? Smart chat there.
Yep.
And I think Veetorp kept an eye on his items too.
Yeah, and I think he's now taking our advice and just going straight to Death Mountain to clear it. Yes,
now
every item needed to clear all of East Death Mountain.
Now it's always smart to know how many items you have already collected, so you don't have to backtrack.
Yep, looks like Veetorp's taking the, standard, let's warp to the Dark World, leave a portal there, clear out all of the Light World, and then just immediately warp back. At least that's what I'd be doing. But no, I think he's checking Hookshot Cave and the Super Bunny chests.
And looks like he missed that trick. He was trying to do the hookshot block trick there.
Yep. I wonder. Oh, nope, he was able to squeeze through.
And looks like Diesel's weighing his options here. He's trying to probably figure out what's my next progression item I need to get further moving in this scene.
And just bombs. Some love and some bombs. Veetorp must really love his bombs. So Diesel still needs to actually check the actual and bomb boost for Tilda Rock.
Oh, I think he's gonna check Pedestal himself now, because that's the general direction you would go if you're gonna do that.
And just a piece of heart on the floating island. Though though Diesel still needs to check the 3 escape items, because he may think there's something there.
That's true.
As we know, there really isn't.
And maybe on his way there, he'll check King's Tomb at the same time.
And pick himself up as a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
now, Spiral Cave, we're about to see what we get here from Veetorp.
And just $20.
Just a red rupee.
Things go triple boom. I wish it was bomb boost. That would have been funnier. Because right now, bomb boost would be required.
And looks like Veetorp is trying to figure out which cave he can go into that makes it quick. It's actually the right one here.
Yep.
He uses this mirror block trick here. There you go.
Which happens when you basically mirror outside of a dungeon where you can and basically keep pushing a block and make it disappear.
Now there's 7 chests in this cave, so let's see if it holds anything special.
Did Veetorp actually check the Hookshot Cave? I don't remember.
No, he hasn't gone to the Dark World side quite yet. On that side, I don't think so.
He was. Head Turtle Rock.
He mirrored back though. To go to Spiral Cave.
Yes, but if you're already there, why wouldn't you check the Hookshot Cave? Ooh, and Quarter Magic!
Oh,
was that the silvers?
Oh yes, it was the silver arrows and Quarter Magic.
Okay, I think this is Death Mountain Hype Cave. Sorry, normal Hype Cave, but I think that's gonna trump anything you give us. And nice bomb jump.
Yes, that was a well-executed bomb jump over there.
But I think he's gonna realize he doesn't have the actual. He's getting ready to go to the hookshot, and he's gonna remember. Oh wait, oh yeah, that's right. He did leave his portal up there.
Mm-hmm. And that's the point, because he knew he can still finish up this hookshot cave here.
So let's see, what do we got? The fighter shield, which they don't need. The powder!
Oh, match powder. Diesel picks up his ice right here.
Yep, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna check ether and then hair as well. And just some love. Looks like Diesel takes his death.
Well, it's okay, because he's not too far away. Death Mountain death here is not too bad.
I think Veetorp's thinking... That's right, I don't need to save and quit. I've got the flute. I'd rather not have to stop at Aghanim.
And a good spin speed here by Diesel.
Yep. And looks like we'll be able to see Thieves Town. You know, all of Village of Outcast. And do you think he'll pop into Thieves Town?
I think he would,
it is a crystal.
It is a crystal. But he has Fire Rod as well, so Skull Woods is another option.
Yep. So I'm personally a fan of taking care of Thieves Town and then Skull Woods. That's just because I really don't like Skull Woods.
But with Tempered and an arsenal of Cave and Beer and Fire Rod, I think he's going to be pretty comfortable, especially with all that many hearts as well. Oh!
And silver arrows.
Nice bump there.
Though I really wish you could actually just fire the silver arrows at Mothula. I mean, he is a giant bird. It's like, it would be sweet if you actually could hit him with a silver arrow.
And Diesel's going to get his hook shot here.
Ooh, the big key! And Diesel just picking up his hook shot.
Yeah, he's going to get out of here by getting the front of the dungeon. Good job with choice of using that mirror.
Yep. And I'm sure Diesel's happy to see his trusty hook shot. I've seen some people literally forget the actual hook shot because they didn't want to actually deal with the entirety of Dark Death Mountain until they had the hook shot, and it was right by the hookshot cave.
Ooh, Quake Medallion has been found.
Looks like Veetorp performing the bomb jump. Will he get it?
He's gonna bonk, bro. Oh no! I thought he was gonna try a bonk there.
Yep, and he just didn't get it again.
He's gonna get it this time, though.
Hopefully. And he does. Just a small key. And Diesel now picking up his Moon Pearl. And
I'm pretty sure he's happy to see that.
Yeah, he's checking out the numbers. And I think he's going to go grab the Retrieving Pendant and then get out of there. Because I think even he's realized that unless that's a key, you know, if it's a compass, then yes, he will have to come back. But I think he's also realized that, you know, he doesn't have to.
Yeah, he doesn't have to.
He's got everything, so he'll probably head over to East Step Mountain as well. But still no hammer.
Yes, and hammer's really necessary for progression in this randomizer because it unlocks so many things.
Yes, though right now, the only necessary thing it's going to be needed for is Turtle Rock. It's just pounding those 3 pegs to enter Turtle Rock.
That's true.
Which I always find sad, because it's just like, wasn't for that, you could essentially go the entire game without the hammer.
Well, you also need hammer for left side in Ganon's tower.
You're right. But if the key is not all the way in left side of Ganon's tower, you could actually go... Which actually would be one less item to carry. I still wonder where Link carries all that stuff. I think he's like Batman and has that utility belt? Because I'm pretty sure he doesn't have, like, you know, space to carry everything in that another dimension. And Diesel checking the chest game. Like, we're being only 21 rupees.
Alright. Looks like Veetorp's gotta be a little bit careful here. Oh, that's good.
Got his Malfila fight. And just the map. I know he's got all the dungeon items, so I think he's good there.
And Diesel's checking the doorless hut here.
Ooh, Ether!
Ether!
So we now know where Quake and Ether are. Still no Bombos.
No Bombos.
Which is needed for Total Rock. Think Shastra?
Yeah, they haven't checked it yet, so we never know.
Or Serendipity, or one of my personal favorites, Obi-Wan. Since if you ever check all those, oh nice, Veetorp remembering that there are pots under there so he doesn't have to go all around. And did you happen to see what was in Sea House?
Oh, it's just some money, I believe.
And Diesel being kind and taking the, lost little frog of a smith back. Oh. And he can't do Pig Cave right now because he does not have the hammer.
And he doesn't have the powder either, so no magic bat for him either at this moment.
No, but Veetorp does have the powder, so he can check it real soon.
And let's see what the smith holds for us today.
And the smith's made for you a piece of heart.
Wow, I didn't know they were surgeons too.
Usually, if you're actually good with making things, you probably could figure out at least a little bit of anatomy. At least you'd hope.
And it looks like Diesel's gonna go the... well, maybe he's gonna fluke his way to turn in the chest.
I know I'm personally a fan of checking, you know, all the items en route. Unless I, you know, have had like one or two times when, you know, I've gone to pick up the chest, you know, it's been so close to the portal that it has not registered it, like, you know, and I'm really close. Oh, just a piece of heart.
Ooh, just a piece of heart.
Looks like Veetorp's checking the ledge behind the graveyard, which you have to go to the Dark Gardens in the Dark World, and doesn't need that 5-year upgrade. So I wonder what Bombos is going to have. I mean, you've had quite a few items in their vanilla location so far. So, what do you think the chances of Bombos being in Bombos?
That is an option, and it's still a possibility. But I think Veetorp's probably heading to Catfish here now.
Or Quakefish, as I've also heard him called, or personally one of my best things, the giant fish that spits out an item. Which I know it sounds horrible, but well, I mean, if you guys can come up with a name for him, like we have Bob, we have Steve, like we have Steve Stout. Chat, can you think of a name we should call him from now on?
And looks like Diesel's opting to check these down here. It does have quite a few chests, so it is a smart move.
Let's just hope he does not forget to come back for the hammer.
Oh, just a red rupee.
Yeah, I don't think so. Fish, Atlas, Happy, Whalefish. That's coming up with some good names for him. Why don't we just call him the Windfish?
Ah, true. Trying to take some Link's Awakening there.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a fan of it. And, well, he does give you a quake. The hammer!
Oh, wow. The hammer in Thieves.
So, Diesel can finish all of Thieves now.
Yes,
and
he
looks
can.
like Veetorp will be getting his hammer real soon. Though neither of them have checked the digging game.
That's true.
And Thieves Town is Crystal 6, so looks like Veetorp is opening up Thieves Town and is now going to check C8's house. So we now have Bob, the Windfish, the Double-Chested Fairy, Hype Cave. I still think we should call the guy in Hype Cave Yoda. He lives in a swamp, and let's see. He's kind of a weird small creature. The only different thing is he's not green.
And
but he is the master of Hype Cave.
Ether here. Ah, compass.
Yep, he's got the big key of the compass, so he needs to find the map. And Veetorp getting his 20 rupees real soon. Though he does have the powder, so he can check the Bat Cave.
That's true. Magic Bat is an option for Veetorp.
Though if he had popped into Thieves Town, he would not have to waste his portal. But it happens.
Now, looks like Diesel's just gonna head into the dungeon. Going down to the basement here.
Which he will remember to check the big key chest because he got the hammer in here. So, unless that contains the map, but by process of elimination, I would still check that even if, you know, even if you feel that there's one item left apart from that, it gives you a coin flip of either blind or there, and I'd still check there.
And let's see what the Magic Bat holds for us today. Oh, just 50 rupees. And here comes the big chest.
And just 20 rupees. Never realized you could actually take that chest down with you down there. And looks like Veetorp's heading over to the swamp to then head down and collect his piece of heart.
Yeah, traditionally, because not many players play a 100% route, that's the reason why you don't see that chest usually fall into that. But if you usually play the 100% route, you would definitely do that option, because then you would try to collect the bottle after you do your half magic.
That actually does make sense. Diesel has to be careful. He only has 2 hearts left. Though he does
have the burner though, so he's definitely prepared. And he will. Oh! That's okay. This dungeon's really short, so he can just make his way back to that dungeon boss room, because he doesn't have to re-deliver Fake Blind.
Yep, that is true.
So it's okay, guys. It's still a quick dungeon. He's gonna be there right away.
Yep. Veetorp checking out the ticket game, though they're still missing the Kidder Samaria and Bombos. And the Lantern if they want to actually use that comfort item. But I'm thinking both of these runners know how to do dark rooms. Though I know for myself, I would still want it just to be on the safe side.
And let's see what he digs up.
Just 50 rupees.
Just 50 rupees. Now here we go. Yep. Bjorna also does damage to blinds, so it works well.
Yep. So I think that actually counts as a sword spin because you can't spin your sword while it's going.
That's true.
Which makes me wonder, if you've got quarter magic, would that actually help beat Ganon?
No. It actually doesn't.
And the lamp!
Oh! No dark navigation for Veetorp at all! That's a nice feeling for him.
Yes. I think it's a nice feeling for all of us when we find the lamp. Because I don't think we all like doing that. Though he still has yet to check, you know, Sasha you know, whatever his name is pronounced, if I recall. Wait, did Veetorp? I don't think he has checked for the green pendant.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah, we know both of them have it.
It looks like Diesel's opting to finish Skullwoods first.
I think he's going. I think Veetorp's going for Hype Cave. So can we get a hype in chat?
Hype Cave gets hype, everybody.
First, we'll stop by and see Yoda, because he actually does look like Yoda in the bug net.
Oh, bug net!
So Yoda gives him a bug net, 20 rupees, 40 rupees, 10 arrows, and just 10 arrows. Now the Light World Hype Cave was a bit better, though I'd still say Death Mountain's 5 Chest Cave is the Hype Cave for this game. For this seed, I should say.
Hey, we might see some swag in him, who knows?
Yeah, I'm always a fan of seeing that. Because it's not really like it's going to take longer, especially if you are very good with the shots. And on Bombos, we'll be seeing...
I know you called it. You want to see Bombos from Bombos.
Well, I'd rather see that or Sasura because, honestly, most people don't check that often.
Oh, it was! Bombos from Bombos.
Well, considering 2 of the items were already in vanilla locations, it made me feel like it was going to be that. So now they both have every item needed for both Mire and for Turtle Rock, except for the cane. Now, will Sasura have the cane?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because if that's in there, they're only missing the hammer, and he'll be in go mode. And Veetorp will be in go mode.
And it looks like he's going for the bomb jump here too.
And just a bottle.
Ah.
So all they need to find is that cane of yeah. My bet is the last chest in the swamp. The most out-of-the-way chest in there. And
that would be interesting.
And everybody else knows what I'm talking about, especially for those people that were racing last night. I had to do a seed like this last night myself. It took me over an hour to even get a chance of finding it. I checked everywhere. So I'm hoping for that one. Just to see how some of our top runners will deal with this type of a seed. It really is trolly.
Seed's not bad so far. It's been giving him lots of progression items and allowing him to finish dungeons as they progress through this.
That is true. That is very true. But as I said, I'm still a fan of seeing that there just because if they do not realize it and they do not keep proper count, they could be all over the world map and not be able to complete the game.
Now they only need to pretty much find, well, for at least for Veetorp, because he's going to get his hammer very soon here.
Yep.
Just red cane.
The cane. That's why I'm calling it, you know, there. I'm hoping it's not in the vanilla location, it's just in the most out of the way place possible.
Oh, gotta be very careful on these steps here.
Yep.
He's gonna use his blue here already.
Yep.
Oh, gotta be careful.
Nice, he missed the actual clutch.
Alright, he's gonna make it. He's gonna have to get this jelly out of the way. Nice use of the hook shot there.
Yep. Okay, one thing I've always wondered is it actually possible to use the hook shot while hovering? Because I'm assuming both of these two could hover if they would like.
That would be interesting. I've never seen that technique used with other moves, because you have to constantly use dash.
Because I know I've seen it. Because I've heard that you can actually light a lamp while doing it.
Yes,
so
you can. You can light up a lamp while doing it.
So I'd wonder, would it actually be, you know, would it actually be seen, if possible? Because I know both of them might consider hovering when they get into Norm 2.
Now, hovering is a tough technique to do, though.
That is true. And Diesel with a quick kill on Mafula. While Veetorp picks up his compass in the Thieves Town. So let's hope he actually. I'm pretty sure he's happy that it actually did explode first, as we've had a few runners either forget to bomb that or leave the chamber before it does finish exploding.
Now Veetorp opts to powder, which is a very good option here. And Diesel's gonna also maybe, let's see if he grabs a skull under here.
Oh, that is funny. Someone in chat calling Mafia the mother of Swag Duck. Wow. Here's hoping. Then again, why would Swag Duck help you if you killed its mother? It's like being the hunter that kills Bambi. Its mom.
Ah, I think he's gonna finish up the rest of the Dark World here because he hasn't done that yet.
Nope, and he'll soon be getting his powder. Let's see, it was powder, ether. No, he's got ether. Powder, quake. No, wait, quake was what? Skull Woods, if I recall. What was that in the Dark World? Step Mountain.
Well, we definitely know he's gonna get something here, at least powder.
Yes. We'll be getting the powder. While he's getting his powder and the other items, is killing Blind.
Now, Blind is a pretty interesting fight. You technically don't really need a higher value sword because all the sword values do the same amount of damage, so only takes 9 hits per 3 hits per head. So yep. 9 hits in total.
Though, looks like Veetorp opting to do the Cancer Mario as well. And while he's getting his 6th crystal, oh, I should say crystal number 6, looks like Diesel's having a tiny bit of trouble with the mini Maldorms. Oh, and the boomerang strats! Silver arrows, red ruby. Oh yeah, this is the one that did have
quarter magic. And they're getting all those hearts that people kept saying, is Diesel avoiding the hearts? Well, no, he wasn't. He hasn't gone to Death Mountain yet.
Yep.
And I think Diesel's also glad to get those silver arrows, because everybody wants a quick kill on Ganon if they can.
And some people in chat are saying maybe the Fat Fairy, aka the Double Fairy?
That is something possible.
It looks like Veetorp's possibly entering Pod. Still needs that cane, and I'm still calling either the Depths of Ice Palace or the Depths of the Swamp. As we know, it cannot be in Misery Mire or Turtle Rock because both of those locations are required for the cane. And Veetorp having more than enough money to pay off Kiki. Unlike Rick and our other runner from earlier tonight.
And Diesel's just gonna open up the portal over here.
Yep. Though, and he's also learning that Bombos is required now. Now Veetorp entering Pod.
He does have all the items necessary to finish.
Yep, so I'd be finishing it myself. You know, I mean, after all, it is the 5th crystal, which will open up the Super Bomb and the Double Justice Berry.
Oh, he takes a slip there.
But as we know, that was just, what, a heart?
Yep.
Or a piece of heart. Pretty quick seed for both of these experienced runners.
And it's smart to go down this way, because then he doesn't have to fall down, you just can pick up the 2 chests.
Yep. And now the better question is, so how long will it take him to find the cave?
Oh, that's a good question. There is quite a few chests in Pod as well, so who knows?
That is true. I mean, the main locations they've got are Misery Mire, Pod, for the actual crystal dungeons they can do, and then they'll have to start diving into pendant dungeons. At least if they're going to actually, explore dungeons only. Though there are a few locations in the overworld they still haven't checked.
Yes.
I don't think they've checked Bumper Cave and a few others.
Mm-hmm. They didn't check Bumper Cave. They didn't check Spike Cave, I believe, as well.
No, they did not. Though Diesel might opt to, as he does have the hammer now. See if he remembers that he has access to Spike Cave. No, he doesn't.
I don't know. If he goes on the left side of Death Mountain, he would have with the save and quit, but looks like he's going somewhere else right now.
Yep, unless he suddenly remembers that.
Oh, he's gonna use the portal, I believe, and check out High Cave, I would assume.
Yeah, which, as we know, Yoda's not giving anything special except for the bug net.
Still no cane for both players.
Yep, all Yoda is giving him is the bug net. And 40 rupees and essentially 2 arrow upgrades. But I guess that will help considering they do have the silver arrows.
Oh, someone's in chat's asking where was Hammer. It was in Thieves Town.
It was in one of the first 4 chests of Thieves Town. In fact, if I recall correctly, it was the bottom east chest.
That's true. No one's checked the Peg Cave yet either by the Smiths.
No, they have not.
And it looks like Diesel's gonna collect his bombos now.
Nor has Diesel checked Windfish. Which I think sounds better than Catfish, don't you? I mean, it can jump pretty high.
He's taking a quick glance at his items. He's probably weighing his options on what he can do.
And he's got the bug net, so I think he might be trying to go capture a few berries.
Oh, he's gonna be happy. He's going over here. I think he's gonna check that cave with that mirror.
Yes.
He will. He's already in the general facility. He's probably going to do a quick check here with the Flute Boy.
Yep. Yep, because I know if it's me, I don't want to be doing the dark rooms.
And he gets the safety fairy there. Really nice.
Yep. Now, both of them still don't have an upgraded armor. And right now, if they have to go fight Ganon like this, I wouldn't be wanting him to give me a hug.
And both players are pretty much tied up in items now. They both pretty much have all the items that each player has.
Except that Diesel does not have Quake yet.
Oh, yes, he does. He has Quake.
Yeah. But what was on the mire? Do you recall? Was that Ether or? So no, it wasn't Bombos.
Well, they have all medallions, so it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You can go in anytime you want.
They've got the 100% chance of having the medallion. And
yeah, I don't have to second guess myself there.
Looks like Diesel's also entering in Pod, so they'll be able to give each other a high five.
Yes.
Because Veetorp's just about to head over to fight the King of the Helmosaurs. So when he's heading out, probably Diesel's heading in, so hey. They'll basically be seeing each other, in there.
Now, wouldn't it be ironic if Red Cane was also in its vanilla spot?
Oh, yes, it would be ironic. It would. I'd still, however, love to see it, you know, in some out-of-the-way, you know, like, forgotten chest. But that's me. And I want to see them actually have to try to find it, you know, remember where everything is. But that's more of a, I'd like to see them truly show that they're masters of the randomizer. And nice turtle room from Veetorp. Which, I wonder, I wish they were actually green and blue. Don't you? Don't you wish these turtles were green and blue? And red?
What? They would be Ninja Turtles then.
Nah. I'd say they would look more like Koopa Troopas. Then they would need like spikes on them, or... But then again, it would be cool too. And Veetorp, remember, he has silver arrows.
Yes, and just takes one, and down goes Helmasaur.
Yep. So let's see, Helmasaur is dropping today. The compass. And there's Crystal 6. So Veetorp now has access to the double-chested fairy, which hopefully will give her love like normal. And with the way this seed has been with some of the items in vanilla locations, I'm betting Golden Sword.
Well, that's an interesting bet. Oh, wow. Let's see what he does here. If he does flip to 4, we have a good idea. He's gonna do that.
What hasn't he done on the mountain?
Spike Cave!
Oh yes! Let's get some hype for the spike!
Yep, this is definitely a Spike Cave move. When you take out that hammer, you know he's going for it.
Yep, it's the Cane of Brian's Cave. To borrow a nickname from one of our fellow commentators.
Hookshot strats here.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, the spikes will only deal 1 heart of damage each, but since he is low on... Oh, he's not really low on magic, but he still isn't the green mail. $20
just red rupees.
I've seen some of the most trolliest locations. You know, the most, the best items there. Now, will he remember? He has crystals 5 and 6.
Now, if he flips to 4, that's generally a good option that he may think of it.
Yes. Oh no, it looks like he's going to Kakariko.
Oh, the Pegsmiths, right?
Yep. The Pegs, which both of them did not have access to before. But as we know, they could have had access to it just, popping into Thieves Town real quick.
And Diesel's still trying to make his way through this dungeon here.
Yep. And now, what will the Peg Cave have for us today?
It's good to item dash here. It's probably one of my most favorite things to do.
Yep. I just wish you could actually item dash those turtles in pod to make them, flipped easier. And just a piece of heart.
Just a piece of heart.
At this rate, you almost wish that the cane was in pedestal, just so they actually knew where to look.
And with that, Diesel's already thinking, okay, I already got all the items here. I'm just gonna beat Helmasaur now.
Yep. Though with Veetorp actually having the hammer out, I'm thinking maybe he's going for the Super Bomb?
I think this is Super Bomb here we're having, because this is usually the direction he would go. Yep!
So let's get some double-chested fairy hype in chat.
Double-chested fairy hype.
I've heard in the next version they're supposed to actually finally give that bomb seller some text.
And having beaten Aghanim, he could use this really quick mirror to get over there.
Which is very useful, something even I didn't realize the longest time. Because even in the vanilla version, you should have access to that. But most people don't realize it. At least, I don't know about you, EA, but when I was a kid, I didn't realize you could do that.
Ah. Well, if you are a Hundo player, you definitely know this one.
Yep, because it actually makes it faster. So let's see what the double-chested fairy has for us today. 20 rupees and a piece of hearts.
20 piece of heart.
Well, let's see.
Overworld's pretty much cutting thin now. Not much left.
Yeah. I think the only thing that's left is Bumper Cave?
That's true. I don't believe players actually checked Bumper Cave.
Yeah, they have yet to check Bumper Cave and, I don't remember what else. Looks like Veetorp's hoping that the Kane of Mario has been on a location, which is the mire.
I'm thinking he's hoping it's in Mire.
And I know for myself, my bet is the last chest on the left side of Swamp. That one chest that you almost never check.
Diesel's trying to finish off Helmet. Takes 17 hits with the hammer here. Tempered strats. Don't take too long. Just one more. There you go.
If it takes 70 hits with the hammer, how many does it take with the bombs? I've heard those are actually pretty good for him.
5 bombs, because each bomb takes 4 HP off the mask. And the mask has 17 HP in total.
Good to know. Oh, and Veetorp takes a death.
Now it's okay. This is a good early stage, and he has a fairy.
Yep. Now Diesel is probably updated to also check Sahasrara, or Sha-na-na-na-na, or Sacramento, or as I've said, San Diego, or Sasquatch, or
the
Obi-Wan
many names that we have never came up with will all be created here, and I'm sure chat has a whole bunch of names for Sahasrara.
Yeah, chat, what do you want to call him from now on?
Wow, Sassy Pants, Steve Vai, Salvador Dali, Sandslash. Oh, someone's a Pokemon fan. I know.
Hey, I'm a Star Wars fan. Why do you think I call him Ben?
Oh, that's true.
Because he is literally there in every dungeon. If you ever go to one of those talking boxes, it's always him, talking to you. At a great distance, through mental telekinetic powers. Yeah, that sounds like the Force to me, so... I think Ben or Obi-Wan makes more sense.
Wow, look at all those interesting names we have here.
Stefan... Hey, you could always call him Starscream.
How much to Transformers there?
Yep. I mean, we already have something for Link's Awakening, Zelda 2. Let's just throw in some random, other Link references. Hey, you could call him Gyarados. Actually, no. Since he really does help out more, you could call him Binda. Or even Navi, since he really can get annoying in the vanilla game.
Alright, someone's also a Scooby-Doo fan.
Shaggy. Actually, I think that works for him. From now on, Sasura should be known as Shaggy. And both of them were in the mire. So I guess both of them have the same idea.
Oh, a little funny. With quarter magic, this should be fine for Veetorp, though.
Yeah.
a little bit of trouble today with this.
Yeah.
Fire rod push thrust, but thank God for quarter magic.
Yeah. I mean, if I've got quarter magic, I literally almost sometimes just want to spam the most dangerous magic, you know, I've got, so I basically don't have to run around trying to kill all the different. And bombs are in the big key chest. 20 rupees. How many chests does Myra have as far as items go?
There's 2.
So we've seen them both. It cannot be in the mire.
And with that...
They're going pendant farming. Because the only other locations that it can be in is a pendant dungeon. Now mind you, they could attempt to hover to a rock.
And Veetorp just wanted to grab the big key first, because then he knows he can just dungeon blaze it when he comes back. That was a smart move by him, I honestly want to say. So,
Ice Palace or Swamp? Or will they remember to check the Bumper Cave? And I think Veetorp's going Swamp.
Yes, looks like he's going to use that portal there.
So that makes me hope that he will also check Ice Palace and that it will actually be in the Bumper Cave. As I said, the trolliest of trollest locations. Especially for 2 of our best runners.
And people are asking what was in pedestal was just bombs.
Yes. It was a 3-bomb pack, if I recall correctly. I really do wish it was the Cane of Samaria, because we've already had a pedestal Cane of Samaria seed before. And I've also seen the Ice Rod there, too. Now, that was actually kind of funny. Because the only reason why they had to get that one was because of Turtle Rock.
Oh, very nice, Willard. Putting a straw pull hat up for that.
Yeah, that is a good thing. Yeah, Chad, you decide what we should call Sasura from now on. As I think that actually is something we should let Chat decide.
Oh, it looks like Diesel missed the fire rod strat here, but he's opting for the second recovery solution here, which is definitely you can shoot over the barriers this way, so you don't have to push the block. So it's a very smart recovery strat.
20 rupees. So that's one of the actual items down in Swamp. Veetorp opting to item dash through those pots. Let's see here. The next possible locations. And this question, do you think he will actually just dungeon rush it? Or that he will check every chest?
I would think you would check every chest at this point, because it is your last item.
That is true. But there's an argument to be made for both, because this way, you know that if it is one of the dungeon items, that you could, that you can actually, stop checking once you find that last one, or once you have cleared all the individual items.
Looks like they're running out of options here. There's not much left, so I think Diesel realizes that himself. Now he knows. Like, I only got a few more places I can really check here.
Will, do let us know what chat finally decides as far as Sasura's domain from now on. Yeah, that might actually be true. Someone in chat calling for all dungeons, run, but no pedestal.
It looks like chat's calling out that Cold Stare has Kane.
As I said, I'll take either that or the trolliest of trolliest locations. Like, you know that... Oh, and there's the butter sword!
Ooh, butter.
This Argus really likes his butter.
And looks like Diesel's probably going to Spike Cave as well here, because he hasn't done that yet.
And as we know, it will only be... Now these two are very good at running the randomizer, so I'd love to see how they handle the whole fact of not being able to find that one item. What's going through their heads? So, I'm an hour and 35 minutes in. I know my opponent is good enough. Have they found Ganis and Maria? And if so, are they already in Ganon's tower?
Looks like Veetorp's gonna make some quick work here.
Yep.
It's really nice to have butter just slash these puffs to death. And
yeah,
Temper's also nice
cholesterol.
Here.
So he's got to be careful, he only has 3 hearts left. I don't believe he's got a fairy in his mouth. Or anything in there. I think he used his blue potion a while back. Alright,
there you go. Just 2 spin attacks should ought to do it, or 2 slashes. Oh, he's got a little bit of the Argus.
Plus he also has silver arrows. But there he goes. Down he goes! And he's rewarded with the big key. And it looks like Diesel is actually headed towards his date with the double-chested fairy.
I wonder if chat kept track, though. If he will have to go back in to Swamp Palace, and I think he has kept track.
Yep. Ice Cave has been checked, all the world has been checked, except for that bumper cave. The answer to someone in the chat, because it's fun. Because this game is fun. And was that the map or the compass? Veetorp still looking for that cane. Same thing with Diesel. It looks like Diesel is finally going to visit our friend the Windfish.
And this is an interesting strat because some players would want to check all the left side in Swamp Palace before finishing it. But Veetorp opted to do the straightward, beat the boss, get that big key, and finish off the rest here.
Yeah. Because I know sometimes it is literally in the last chest of the left side.
Which I've seen before.
I've seen before. I've seen it like the one chest on the left side that you will normally never get. And Diesel's just going to be rewarded with his 20 rupees. And nice bonk! That's another, what, 3 or 4 for him? I stopped keeping count. I know Diesel hasn't, I know Veetorp hasn't really bonked anymore. He's just plus 13 on the Aghanim 1 fight. Chat, remind me if you see any more. It looks like Diesel's also thinking swamp. So now, will they need to go into ice? Or do they remember they haven't checked the bumper cave? And there it is! The last chest in swamp! Just like I said!
Last chest in swamp. And that's why some people want to check that left side first, just to, you know.
Yep.
And with that, folks, we are in go mode.
Yep, Veetorp is in go mode. Now he'll only need to just walk in and give Vitreous 2 silver arrows in his giant eyeball. And, well, then he'll be at Turtle Rock. Now Diesel's checking a lot of the places he hasn't checked yet, like the digging game, and like, well, he hasn't decided to check Swamp yet, but I can understand why. It is a pendant dungeon, and he is focused more on dungeons than, the overworld items. I know myself, I tend to look at, you know, as much as the overworld items as I can before clearing out all the dungeons. Though I do try to actually balance that out together, but it's a lot easier to farm them than it is to focus on all the, you know, dungeon items.
I think he's just finishing up all the places that he hasn't checked, like, let's see where else to go. Oh, the magic bat. I don't think he's done it yet.
Yeah, I don't think he's done it either, and he'll just be rewarded for a piece of part. Though, oddly enough, neither of our runners have any more mail. They've got to be careful, because going into Ganon's Tower with just the green mail, I know for myself, I'd be a little worried, even with fairies. Because just touching Ganon is going to deal you 8 hearts of damage. Even though they do have quarter magic, maybe if it was you, would you use Cape Smash or Cane of Burna? You know, while fighting Ganon, if you were only wearing the green mail.
Cape. Reason why is there's a glitch with Cape where if you keep slashing, your magic meter doesn't go down as much. And especially with quarter magic, your magic's probably literally not gonna move.
And just 20 rupees on the ledge for Bumper Cave. And Diesel's got to be careful. He's only down to 1.5, you know, hearts.
And the one problem with Birna is it pretty much lags that whole Ganon fight when you're using it. So you probably want to stay caped as well.
Yeah, that is true. And Veetorp getting into the Victorious Battle, which will be his last Crystal Chat. Oh no, he still has.
Rock.
Yes, I almost thought about it, then realized nope. He's
gotta watch out for getting hit by these eyeballs. They still pack a punch.
Yeah, especially when he's only got the green mail. And I don't think he's caught any fairies lately.
And he's gonna switch the mirror here. Only takes 2 arrows, so that was smart.
Yep, only 2 silver arrows. I know probably once we get him into commentary, he's going to be, you know, upset with his time, but it happens. And Diesel just about to receive his, well, it was wrong, it was 50 rupees.
The reason why you have to switch the mirror is there's really no way out of Misery Mire except fluting out of there.
Or saving and quitting, but...
Yeah, but you don't want to lose all those hearts with saving and quitting.
Yeah, or the actual time loss. Now, looks like Diesel's finally thinking, maybe?
Yes, I think he's heading towards the general direction of Swamp here.
Yep. Which we know he will soon be picking up his cane, Samaria, provided he actually does check that last chest. Which, as we know, it is literally the one chest that you almost either remember to get or you forget. And even then, I think there's still maybe one more chest in there, yay, but don't quote me on that one. And as Veetorp hits down the proper sequence for the pigs, and remembers that Bombos is needed, will soon be in Turtle Rock for his last crystal.
And all he pretty much needs now is a big key and enough keys to finish the dungeon. And for most players, you gotta remember, sometimes when you head to that big key room, you need to check that big chest, because that big chest often holds that last small key you need to finish the dungeon.
That is very true. So true.
And let's see if Diesel opts to just go left here and not try to go the upward strat where you just go and beat Argus.
Yep. Now if he does that, he has a chance of trying to catch up with Veetorp. But I'd say he has, what, a dungeon lead? Maybe a dungeon and a half?
About a dungeon and a half, I would say, right now. And this is a very good strat here. You light up the torches and you hookshot one of these torches to start back in the beginning.
Yep, so you don't have to rush back.
And let's see if he does this item dash trick that I always like. There you go! Some swag for you guys.
Yep. 2 more small keys. Now here's the question. Since you're still wearing green mail, would you check the Mimic Cave to see if you might be able to find an armor upgrade? Or do you feel comfortable actually trying to peek in with just the green mail?
I would be fine with green, because he's got powder. He can grab a fairy in many places in Ganon's Tower, if he's really concerned.
You're right. Plus also, considering he knows how good his opponent is, he's thinking maybe, I'm almost 1 hour and 50 minutes in. Why haven't I seen a dot done? You know, we're both, you know, very good runners, so...
Well, gotta take cautiously about these chops here.
Yep. They're one of the only enemies that I've never seen actually killed.
Yes, you can't kill them.
Nope, but you can take them with you.
And looks like Diesel will go left, which is really good, because he will find his cane here.
Yep. And as soon as he does, he will immediately warp out of there.
And since he has already cleared pretty much Misery Mire in total, he'll just go straight to the boss.
Yep, just like Veetorp.
And the only reason why Veetorp is going here now is because he hasn't found Big Key.
Yep. I'm hoping it's the last chest he checks.
Oh wait, never mind. He already has it, because he already has a key. He just wanted to get that extra key, so he doesn't even need to check that big chest, because you have 2 keys already, you can finish the rest of the way.
Yeah, because he's worried that he might actually be losing.
That was smart of him, because now he has enough keys to just go straight to the boss.
Yep. Now, if he could see what we were seeing, do you think he would slow down, or probably not? And do you think if he knew that both him and Diesel had problems finding the Red Cane, you know, how do you think it's feeling right now? How do you think he is feeling?
Well, generally in a weekly race, you always worry about people dot-dunning around these 135-ish times, so...
Yeah, even in tournament,
you're probably thinking... You're probably thinking, oh my god, my opponent's probably going to dot-dun anytime soon right now.
Yeah. And considering how skilled both of these runners are, they're both probably wondering, why hasn't my opponent finished? Why hasn't my opponent finished? Why hasn't my opponent finished? I'm so far behind. I'm so far behind. So I know if I was in this situation, I'd be feeling the same way.
And see, since Veetorp already picked up that key, he doesn't even have to do laser skip for him at all. He just goes straight to the boss.
As I said earlier, I'm just glad I called where the cane was, in the swamp.
Now this sword fight, this fight with Trinix is going to be really, really nice, because with Butter Sword it only takes 3 slashes on these Trinix heads.
It looks like Veetorp missed the quick kill. of each neck.
And yeah, you can't switch your menu when that head is exploding. That's why players often try to switch before the final hit.
Or if they're very fast, from what I've heard, there is a small frame window that does allow it. But I forget how small of a window it is. I think it's either, from what I've heard, either a frame perfect trick or close to.
Ah, that was a really nice kill, though.
Yep. And now, as soon as Veetorp grabs his last crystal, we can begin the chat's favorite game of what chest will the big key be in for Ganon's Tower?
Let's start your guesses now.
So here, I must ask you, what would you say as far as what side the big key will be on and what chest?
Ooh, I'm more of the conservative guy on this one. I generally want it to be on the left side though, but I would still definitely check the 2 chests on the right.
I see a bunch of 7, 17, 3, 14, 12,
I will go for Bob this time.
Yeah, I agree with you on Bob, though my 2 favorite answers are either Pi, because I consider the the bonk key something fun, or my usual number of 12. Then again, we all know Will's answer is 21, and everybody else has got their own interesting one. Like, I've heard 17, I've heard 19, I've heard the whole tile room, but I think I'll stick with you and go with Bob, or at least 12.
And it looks like he's going with our traditional route here, where you just grab 2 and you go to the left.
And looks like Diesel's picked up the 6th crystal, and we'll, after the fan fail, be getting Turtle Rock as well. And looks like Bob will be alive this time. Veetorp did not grab that piece of heart, so Bob will be seen.
And he's gonna bonk the skull here. Oh, he picks it up, so he's got a hook shot now.
And chat, don't forget to follow our artists, as both of these racers are very good. And in fact, Veetorp himself actually helped to create this randomizer.
That's correct.
Ooh, and another bottle. Is that the 4th and final one?
It could be. But I don't think they're thinking about that right now. I think they're trying to finish dungeon as fast as possible because they know somebody's probably going to be dunning anytime soon. It's in the back of their mind.
It looks like this will not be a sub 2-hour run for both of our runners. Which begs the question of when the last time they had a sub 2-hour and over 2-hour run. So maybe our runners are skilled enough to actually, consistently get under 2.
Ah, get a little trouble with that dead rock.
Yeah. I know the powder, if I recall correctly, can be used on it.
Yes, it can. As we've seen, as a famous clip that we've seen from Fat Home, what happens to a squirrel when you're raised enough? What will happen?
It almost makes you wish you could just pick them up and throw them. And thank you, Will, for pointing out that Veetorp actually has a 141 and change for the tournament. Blue mail!
Oh, he finds a safety mail.
And there's the last bottle.
Now it's your last bottle. Now we know for sure.
So Link is now fully equipped. Which is sweet.
And Bob Chest is still alive.
Yep. Let's go, Bob. Especially with his silvery gray hair, and I wish he was green too. For anybody that actually gets that reference, congratulations.
And Speed Strat's here, the bonk, to get across. And here we go, we see Bob. Say hello to Bob.
Hi, Bob! Chat, say hi to Bob.
Oh, nice pickup of the heart there. It just gave him enough refill.
Bob is that glitch anti-fairy chat. There's a person in chat that wants to know who he is.
And Diesel also making great work of the Cane of Birna here.
Yep. I'm surprised he just didn't use the cape. Let's see these rewards for Summers.
Oh, it is
right
gonna
side.
be a right side Ganon key. Ooh. Now it'll be interesting to see if Diesel opts to gamble a little
Diesel. But he's got a fairy. So do you think the tile room maybe, or will you take the traditional route of leaving the tile room for the very end?
I usually would skip the tile room. It is the last resort.
Yeah,
it is the ultimate last resort.
Especially since the time frame.
And this is the great strat that Diesel did right there, is so that you could just use one Cane of Birna block there to take care of that, to open that chest there and push the block.
Looks like Veetorp having problems with igniting that last torch.
Well, he made it through. And he skips the tile room, so let's see if his gamble pays off here. And it looks like he does.
Second to last chest. Actually, third to last in the entire basement of the tower, but...
So it looks like 20 is our lucky number?
Yep. If you call 20, congratulations! 20. What you win from us is a big round of applause.
Oh yes, you get a round of applause from the fans. And our love and affection.
And we can actually give you a quarter piece of as the chat as as Veetorp did not pick up that piece of heart. And some of the chat is trying to call Red Veil and Maldor.
It's pretty much the last item that they possibly get.
Yeah. So, what do you think will be in the Modem 2 chest? And will Veetorp check it and have us run verified? I know he was saying earlier in the IRC that he actually would check it.
Oh, he's gotta be careful though. He's got a few hearts here.
But with how close this race is, I don't know. I have no clue if he'll actually have us run verified.
Alright, good. He's just gonna walk right through here. Make some good dodges.
Someone wants to know what the verification chest is in normal. I do not remember. I think it's just rupees.
That's correct. It is rupees in vanilla.
Which is sad. Because you'd think the developers, considering all the troll rooms they added in the game, couldn't have actually done something very trolly in there.
Now, Diesel's heading off to Trinex with Tempered Sword is going to take 5 slashes instead.
But I'm sure, you know, he's just happy to finish. He's probably wondering, where's Veetorp, or why hasn't he not done? Am I ahead? Did he have the same problem I had with the Samaria? Did he check the swamp? Did he check Ice Palace before checking the swamp?
Now, a smart move by Diesel there. He did switch before the head exploded, so he was able to get that going.
And he's...
Oh, he misses the scrap there.
Now, will we see the Aga 2, you know, net strats?
And looks like he's opting to the Fire Rod strats here. And some Butter Sword. Alright, chat. Now, we can also guess what chest will Diesel have when he picks up the big key. He might even do it in a different combination, so you never know. And you never know if he would gamble. Now, if he gambles, it could be even quicker. And with the lamp out, looks like Veetorp is going to use the lamp strats in this room. Alright, looks like Diesel's not going to gamble here. He's going to go to the left side first.
So, looks like Diesel is going to find his big right side as we go.
Mm-hmm. And grabbing that magic pot just in case he needs any more magic for Veetorp.
Yep. Now here's the question. I'm sure he could hover, but I think he's really to not risk it now because he is probably thinking, I don't want to be second. And will his race be verified? Will it be the red mail?
And I think he's gonna open it.
A heart!
It was the
sanctuary heart! The sanctuary heart in the last chest! The free heal!
What a spot for the sank heart, though.
Yes! Especially since it's the last item in the game, I'll take the free refill of hearts.
Oh, and this is a great combination there for him for the first
great double. Another double. One more. 2 more hits.
Alright, he's gonna add up to that bonk count here.
Yes. I think that's what? 5 so far. One last hit. 6. 7.
He just loves the bonk, so I think he might even be bonking when he finishes.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 bonks added to his count, which last I remember for -1 was like 13, so that's 29 at least. 30 counting.
You gotta love the bonks, though.
Bonk, you know, that kind of bonk area. Chat, when guessing on his bonk count, I'd go above 30.
And Diesel's making his way to Armos 2 here.
Yep. And while he's doing that, Veetorp is fighting his way with the Butter Sword and slowly killing Ganon. He's using that hook shot invisibility frame to get, you know, some extra, you know, space on Ganon.
Oh,
he's
there goes
ready.
Bob.
Yep.
Quick work here is already on the phase 3.
And I'm pretty sure Orb actually has his IRC chat open and is just waiting with bated breath to hope that his opponent Diesel does not have it. It's not done him. Let's see. Oh, what a mess. Shot
And
3.
Double arrow again.
And that's it! Veetorp does it! Veetorp wins! With an official SRL time of 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 29 seconds. Congratulations, Veetorp.
GG.
Chat, let's get some GGs in there for Veetorp.
And we'll see if Veetorp wants to step in for an interview here, though.
And yes, your quest is over, Veetorp. You found the King of Samaria and the Triforce. They're not the 3 bombs in the pedestal. And Diesel opting to actually go through the tower. That is true, chat. That would probably be a 230 plus C for most of us. Now, as Diesel prepares to finish up the right side of Ganon's tower, armed with the blue mail, tempered sword, and the mirror shield, you know that probably he will be taking things slowly now, due to the fact of knowing that Veetorp has already won and Dot's stunned. So, do you think he will use the bug net for Aga 2?
I honestly think he will.
And finding the big chest, he goes straight back upstairs.
And knowing my buddy, Diesel, he is a Shovel Knight enthusiast. He'll definitely shovel dash when he finishes Ganon.
Oh yes. I still have to love some of the punch in here.
And also give a huge thanks to Ursula for helping us track this this match today.
Yes, don't forget to actually follow her on Twitch. So we're getting Veetorp in here for an interview. If he is willing.
We shall see. Oh, yes, I do see him pop in right now. He's in the waiting room.
That's good.
Let's see if we can grab him in here. Congratulations, Veetorp, on your win.
Yeah, that's first one out of 4. Feeling pretty good. It was a fun seed. Surprised it didn't go into ice, really.
So, how did it feel looking for the King of Samaria?
Oh, it was alright. I mean, luckily, you know, it can't be in Turtle Rock, so you're not going to have to search there, and that's pretty reassuring.
Yeah.
Other than that, can be nearly anywhere. Except for, let's see, it's Vitreous can't have it, and it can't be inside of Turtle Rock. Or Ganon's Tower in this case.
Yep. Though, were you surprised that only 3 bombs were in the sword?
I wasn't terribly surprised about that, no. I was hoping, I honestly was hoping that it was going to be something fun and that I would have that information super early.
Yeah. I always am a fan of checking the sword early.
Yeah, and I mean, would have been great to get something from SDiezal, whatever his name was this game.
Will actually finally started a poll in the name for him.
And
yeah.
Cat was asking, please raise the rate of the progressive item in the pedestal.
Raise the rate.
Raise the rate so that you might need it.
Stance right now. It is possible to maybe squeeze it up to 4.
Well, I think after, in the upcoming update, or the one that's out on the site right now, the rate went from 3% to probably close to like 10 or 12%.
So
chat, you heard it. Inside
Yes.
peek.
we
And
need to
that's-
get that in there.
But what's considered a progression item is a little squishy. Like bottles are progression items technically because they open up the sick kid.
True.
Not saying that, like, because I've had games that have hinged on killing Aghanim to get the bottle out of the lumberjack tree, and sick kid having Moon Pearl. It's happened.
Just like we've seen in these two other races, the pedestal actually being desperately required with both the Candace and Maria and the Ice Rod.
Yeah, I got
being
to.
there.
I watched the Ice Rod when I missed the Candace Samaria. That had to have been an awful thing to see. Something, I think it reads like, I make blocks for you or something like that, and that's just like got to be a big sinking feeling because you almost assuredly need it.
Yeah, unless Meyer and Turtle Rock are not needed, then it technically could be an optional item, as long as it is not, as long as the big key is not on the right side of Ganon's tower.
That is very true. So I hope it was a fun race. I did pick up the last chest.
And thank you for being verified. It was the Sanctuary Heart.
Yes, I saw that. Like at first, I'm like, "Oh, sweet a heart," and then I heard the extra, like, because I was at only like a half heart down. Heard the extra little click, and I'm like, "Oh, nice, Sank heart." Last thing.
Yeah, that's gotta be a tops. So how did it feel picking up the Butter Sword?
Where was the butter sword? I don't even remember.
I think it was in Swamp?
Oh yes, it was a swamp.
Ah, yeah, because I dove straight to the end, and looking at SDiezal, it looks like he went and did the normal clear and found Samaria before I did, or something like that.
And he's pulling out the bug net. Or
Nice.
Net strats.
Swag.
So I do have to ask, what was up with the bomb counts afterwards?
I don't care how high or low the bonks are, so I just...
We got up to at least 30. I actually counted.
Yeah, well, Wild will be happy with the number of bonks. We'll just say that.
And looks like Diesel's just taking down Aghanim 2. And we'll be headed to Ganon.
Nice. He's got Tempered Sword and Silver Arrows. This should be pretty straightforward and quick for him.
Yes, it should. Now, were you surprised at any locations in the game that were just wacky to you?
This particular one, nothing too terrible. It was fun, like, going to desert and then... Because I didn't check the tree item till later. I don't bother checking it until I at least have boots. It's quicker to get up there, and, I mean, if you don't have boots, you can't get the item anyway.
And anybody catch your bonk count in chat? And that while watching Diesel start to fight Aghanim.
Calculated amount of bonks, that was.
Apparently, chat is saying it was 69. Yeah, 69. You couldn't have planned that.
I don't know. Lots of bonks.
I know it's possible. I would personally choose to go for 42. It's the answer to everything.
42 is an excellent number, and I agree with that. From the largely inaccurate trilogy of 5 books.
Yeah. But then again, that's what Earth was created.
That's true. Oh, this was fun. I like that it. I mean, I almost would have liked it more if there was one thing in Ice Palace as well, just to make sure we went into every dungeon.
Yeah, Chad was calling for at one point 100% run, clearing all the dungeons, but not needing the sword.
Oh yeah, that would be fun. I nearly actually. So earlier, I spent a lot of time super bunnying and Meyer. Like I just was not getting it for the life of me. And I'm thinking, after about the 4th attempt, I'm like, I'm probably just giving this away at this point. I really am. I'm just trying to go for the swag of checking these 2 items early and totally not paying off.
Well, in positive note, you know, both you and Diesel had problems finding the cane.
Yeah, being deep in the Swamp Palace is... The pendant dungeon is always...
And I have to apologize, I was calling for it.
That's okay.
I had a seed last night where basically I had checked everywhere. I knew exactly every overworld map, every dungeon, and I could not remember where it was. And it was essentially that chest. I was calling for it. And give GG's to Diesel, finishing up his Ganon fight with a SRL time of 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 46 seconds. GG Diesel. GG.
Oh, that was a fun game. I really like ones that make you I do like some fetch questy ones. I'm pretty sure both fetch quest items, the shroom and the what's the other one?
Shovel.
The shovel led to nothing, and they were both in desert.
Actually, the shovel did, if I recall correctly.
Did it dig up? It didn't. Maybe it did dig up something.
It dug up. No, it wasn't the mirror, because the mirror was in King's Tomb.
Yeah, mirror was a little late.
If I recall correctly, it was the fire rod.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Okay. It was so early. I picked it up. I'm like, oh, cool. But I couldn't really do anything with it at the time. I don't think.
And I think it did allow you to complete desert.
No, I didn't have mitts. Yeah, but I needed the mitts. I think at the time of picking it up, because then I went and killed Aghanim, because I'm like, Fire Rod Aghanim is always fun. Just burn all the things. And miss a lot of them.
If I don't have the Fire Rod, but I have Bombos, I'll just do that.
That's fair. I've been running Oko, like learning NMG Oko. And yeah, the Aghanim climb is fun when you can't take any hits, and a lot of that in the dark. Dark rooms, I think, for me, are the worst part of Oko, is trying to, like, you just have stuff coming at you and you can't see it, so you can't do many dodges.
I know we had someone, I think it was the last night or the night before that, actually having to fight Ganon with Green Mail.
Ooh, Green Mail's fun.
And only having enough hearts to basically survive, I think at most 3 hits from Ganon.
Oh, that's...
And that was like leaving it with 2 hearts after the second.
Wonderful. I mean, but you learn that strat, and then later you're able to do it. Like, I think my last 2 matches in this, I had to... Well, the second one I had to play Master Sword Ganon, because the other swords were deep in some pendant dungeons, and it just wasn't worth going to search for them. So you learn.
I understand that. Now, do you have any thoughts on, the tournament as a whole?
Oh, I think it's been a wonderful tournament. I'm sadly out at this round, but I'm alright with that. I'm 1-3. But overall, I'm really happy that this tournament's happening and that people are very excited about it. Working on the randomizer has been kind of a labor of love, where I really enjoy working on it, but it's a lot of work. There are thousands of lines of code for what I've done, but it's all entirely thanks to Carcat and Christos and Desirect. Those guys, without them, and Small Hacker, none of this would have even been remotely possible to get to the level that it is.
And we know, for myself and for all of chat, we all appreciate you. And we all appreciate all of you for your work that you've done on this, because it has provided us with, I think it's hundreds, if not maybe a couple thousand hours now, or at least close to a couple hundred.
Well, it's probably in the land of thousands. I love seeing, it's like every time I wake up, I see some people in the Discord like, who wants to race? And I'm like, God, you guys are racing all the time. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I know. I had my first SRL last night.
Nice.
And I had to stop after, because it was like 3 a.m. where I am. It's just like, I gotta get to work tomorrow. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed watching it. I've enjoyed learning a lot of things. Because seeing this, it's like been a lot easier, and I've seen a lot of people just asking, in chat, how do I do this? What does this mean? So why was this a better route choice? Speaking of routing, what made you think of your routing choices?
Oh, the routing choices. A lot of the beginning was, I was trying unique strats, just going where I could finish quickly. Like, as soon as I picked up the bow, I'm like, oh, I can do Eastern, go do Eastern. And then, I don't know, I had the flute, so I had a lot of quick movement in the overworld that I could utilize. So I didn't have to think as much linearly like you normally do when you're kind of limited in your movement. But that allowed me to kind of jump around, go up to Death Mountain, then go over to Ice Cave, then Fake Flipper, and it was a lot of just trying to like eke out little edges and see where I could maybe get some advantage. Going into Gambit's Tower, I honestly thought the only way I would win is if SDiezal went into Ice Palace, because I felt like I was being so slow about the entire thing.
I thought the same thing. I thought I was being terribly slow. I was like, if I have to take one step into Ice Palace, I'm gonna scream.
Congratulations, Diesel, on your actual time and on completing the seed.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, good game, man.
GG.
Yeah, good game, buddy.
So I asked, Veetorp about this. What was your thought on the actual Kingdom Mario's location?
It wasn't the worst location, but I think process of elimination made it to be worse than it was. So it still sucked, obviously, because that's what kept... I don't know about Veetorp, but that's what kept me from, obviously, in go mode. But yeah, it was terrible. I didn't like it.
It was the last thing I picked up, and I had already gone into Mire once.
Oh, yeah, I did too. I got to the end of Mire, and then it didn't get it, and then that's when I started doing the rest of the overworld stuff, and then I'm like, alright, done here, go to Swamp, and thank God. The only reason why I guess it's not so bad, because 2 nights ago, my race, what was it? The last item that I needed was in Swamp as well. So this is the second time in a row this has happened to me, where the last item that I needed was not only in Swamp, but in a pendant dungeon. So it's just, luck of the draw with a rando.
Well, I think Swamp's fair. It has 6 items, so it's item dense.
Yeah. Relatively.
But it sucks when it's a pendant too.
Yeah. Also, as somebody in chat pointed out, I did soft lock early in this run. That's the first time that's ever happened.
What did you do?
I threw in the Broom Lady's house in Kakariko, where you bomb the wall and get to the chest.
You got the chicken
stuck.
I got chicken stuck. I threw the cocoa, and no. What happened was I laid the bomb down, and when I went to pick up the cocoa, I picked up the bomb on accident instead. So then I put the bomb back down quickly, and then I went to go pick the cocoa back up.
But it was too late.
It was too late, and I soft lock, and I had to save and quit.
Yeah, you were holding the invisible chicken. That's so unfortunate.
I was laughing, so it was okay.
Now, what I'm curious about is the fact of how did it feel going through most of the game with just the green mail? Being somewhat myself, I literally terrified if I can't find a mail upgrade.
We had a fair amount of hearts, I think. I mean, I ended up using the powder pretty heavily towards the end, but...
Same, yeah. I would think, say the early game was probably the worst part, and then, yeah, once we got more hearts and everything else, it definitely got a lot easier.
I will say, when you don't have like things to fall back on like powder, you tend to just dodge things more, and you play a little more carefully.
Very true.
So, yeah, you got any comments or questions for our runners?
No, just really want to thank Veetorp and Diesel for being such good friends to me, and congratulations on finishing this race, and I'm really glad to commentate for both of you guys on this match.
Yeah, dude, like, I wouldn't have preferred anybody else. EA is very familiar with the way my play style with randos, so I always recommended him for any commentary.
He is wonderful. I love the late night chats on and messaging through Discord. Always fun.
I have to thank him for actually teaching me how to do the actual Ice Palace bomb jump.
Oh!
Considering for myself, I have a vision problem. If you can imagine seeing exact pixel location for that, that's kind of hard. He was actually able to teach me how to do that.
Yeah, no, that one's a rough one. But once you get it, man, it's you can easy every time.
Yes. Though I do have to say, I do applaud both of you for your efforts. Considering the seed wasn't the fastest, and it wasn't the slowest. I know chat at one point was calling like for the meal morals 2.5 hour plus seed.
Oh boy. I mean, I was playing probably poorly enough to make it a 2.5 hour seed, but thank God the decision to go into Swamp first before Ice Palace is what made everything different there.
Yeah.
I think we all do not like Ice Palace. I mean, I know I personally do not like it. It's one of my, especially if I don't have the King Samaria.
That's right. I wish I could have gotten the 0 cycle on Trinex, but I totally buggered that entire fight up.
It happens on that one. I'm still looking for someone to somehow, if this is even possible, get a 4-hit on Ganon. Some way there's got to be some pixel that you can manage to hit. So I know a triple is possible, one hit with the arrows. I'm still a believer of there's got to be some pixel that you can manage to get all 4.
I'm guessing if he's like far enough on one side and you get him from like the outside, you might be able to get 4 in there. It's more a matter of timing of how long his blue state lasts after he's hit. So you'd have to like really time it well.
Definitely make getting silver arrows a little more enticing there.
Yeah, if someone in this tournament, and we will have so many matches, if someone gets that, we need to actually clip that video.
Oh, I hope someday we do. I really hope someday we do. That would be amazing. So, I guess if he has no other comments, I guess congratulations to both of you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, also, Feasel said in chat, there's going to raid, I think, Speed Gaming 2, because there's a Zelda 1 tournament going on there, I believe.
Yeah, they have a Zelda 1 randomizer going on right now at Speed Gaming 2.
So definitely go check that out to go watch some amazing Zelda 1. I have yet to play Zelda 1 randomizer. I really want to, but mentally...
You're too focused on A Link to the Past.
Well, it just seems like it's so insane because everything's interchangeable in that game. Like, everything's interchangeable in that game.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as Breath of the Wild, but then again, you have...
Sprite, man.
So that one kind of terrifies me, and I need to just take a day, sit down, and try it out. Maybe a few days.
That's true. That is very true.
Alright.
So, Veetorp, are you going to actually consider doing commentary for us, giving us a developer's perspective at some point?
I did commentary on like the first 2 or 3 days. I popped in, and then I got so dreadfully ill. I got an upper respiratory infection, so I was unable to talk, and I was coughing, and I was asleep for a week and a half straight, which was wonderful in that I got to watch every single tournament match that happened. But I could barely even talk or do anything, and I was really looking forward to doing more. But yes, I will definitely be doing some more commentary. More likely when we get into the what is that? The bracket single elimination phase.
Okay. Curious on that one, because I know for me as a fan, I'd love to hear some of the thoughts from one of the developers as far as the launch goes, and the way that seeing it in action.
Oh, absolutely.
Anyway, this is Bitches 1 for myself, PA, and our trackers and our restreamers. Hope you all have a good rest of the night, and hope to see you more tomorrow for more of our Link to the Past Randomizer tournament. Now go check out Zelda 1.
And also follow these commentators. It's worth following everybody there.
Yes, even our trackers.
Thank you.
And looks like we're going to be hosting Zelda 1 Randomizer next, so stay tuned, everybody. See you guys next mission, though.
Have a good night. And see you the next time on commentary.